Scott Jennings went off and dropped truth bomb after truth bomb about Caitlin Clark going woke and doubling down on it in a clip that you're about to see, which resulted in this CNN panel absolutely losing their minds. And listen to how they tried to defend Caitlin Clark. Also, a Florida mom of 3 has been arrested and charged with very serious crimes for what she did against healthcare insurance provider Blue Cross Blue Shield. I'm not sure she understood the gravity of what she got herself into. Things are getting pretty crazy out there, guys, as you're about to see. I'm Zach Costello, and this is the Zach Costello Show.
The nature of the threats, we would also be asking for GPS with house arrest conditions to protect the community.
With her head in her hands, Brianna Boston learned she would be held in jail on $100,000 bond. Lakeland Police Chief Sam Taylor says his department was contacted by the FBI Tuesday. Authorities say in a recorded phone call about a denied insurance claim, Boston told a Blue Cross Blue Shield employee, quote, delay, deny, depose. You people are next, end quote. The language matches the words police say were written on the shell casings found at the United Healthcare CEO's murder scene in New York City.
We will take this very seriously, and we will put you in jail if you do something like this. It is not a joke.
According to Boston's affidavit, the mother of 3 told police she did not own firearms and was not a danger to anyone. But she added, healthcare companies played games and deserved karma because they are evil.
This is crazy. This is a mother of 3, and I'd say her primary responsibility is to her kids. But this goes to show you the power and the influence that the current media climate has over the way that people think. Yes, the healthcare industry needs reform, and Americans are sick and tired of a political and corporate elite getting rich and powerful off of our backs and having no accountability. But does that mean that you compromise your responsibility as a mother to say something like this? Does it mean that you compromise your soul? Interested to know your thoughts down in the comments. Crazy stuff. And speaking of people going crazy, this CNN panel exploded into, well, not rationality or logic after Scott Jennings shredded Caitlin Clark for Clark doubling down on her apology for being white. Clark was asked to respond to the backlash that she has gotten for going woke, and here is what she said, and this is what Jennings went off on.
Earlier today, Megyn Kelly, she was saying that you were apologizing for your white privilege and the fact that you wanted to uplift black female athletes and make sure that they were getting the shine, kind of like your pioneers were getting the shine that they deserved. And I just want to know how you feel or how you respond to some of those criticisms when you have to deal with something that it's really not your problem. Like, I feel like it's them looking in a mirror a little bit, but it still comes down on your shoulders.
I feel like I always have had really good perspective on everything that's kind of happened in my life, whether that's been good, whether that's been bad. And then obviously coming to the WNBA, like I've said, I feel like I've earned every single thing that's happened to me over the course of my career. But also, I grew up a fan of this league from a very young age. Like, my favorite player was Maya Moore. Like, I know what this league was about. And like I said, like, it's only been around 25 plus years. So I know there's been so many amazing black women that have been in this league, and continuing to uplift them, I think, is very important. And that's something I'm very aware of. And like I said, like, I try to just be real and authentic and, you know, share my truth. And I think that's very easy for me. Like, I'm very comfortable in my own skin. And that's kind of been how it is my entire life.
Yes.
All right. You've gotten the context. Now, here's Jennings.
Why is she being bullied?
Why is that wrong?
Why is she being bullied for acknowledging something that's smart, truth, and factual?
Well, a couple things. Number one, whether you're an athlete or anyone else, if I hear you use the phrase "my truth," I immediately then discount everything else you say, because there isn't my truth or your truth. There's just the truth. And when you start using phrases like that, it tells me that
not true.
Your brain has been captured by something that I don't really respect.
That's not true.
Number two.
That's not true.
Number two. The attention the league got this year was amazing, and it was all because of her. She is an amazing player. The arenas were full when she played in them. The TV ratings were up when she was on television. That's undeniable. But, the league still lost like $40 million this year. And it's never made money. And to me, when you're talking about having respecting people who built something, what did they build? A league that loses money every year? She has the capacity.
What do you mean,
to
what did they build? What do you mean, what did they build?
What kind of a business did they build?
The reason why it's still up and still running, whether it's losing money or not, is because of these black women who are in this.
Isn't it because of the investors?
No, Scott, stop it. You stop it now.
It's not. I was in Dickies Arena.
Who pays for it?
I was in Dickies Arena. Let me just tell you.
It says more about the people who are getting offended by it than her.
I think they're just disappointed that she appears to have been captured by the woke mob.
You don't like the
word.
And here's the disappointment.
It's the white privilege. Hold on, let him articulate this, because I want to learn something.
I feel a little bad for her, because she's going to learn that it will never be enough. No matter how much of the phrasing, no matter how much of the groveling you do, it will never be enough for the people in that league that hate her guts. It
Why
will never
do you assume
they hate her
that
guts?
Why do
Yes,
you
they do.
assume
They
that
do
she
not.
is trying to pander? Isn't it
Because
also,
I hear the
Scott,
language. It's the
Scott,
language of the pander.
Scott,
I hear the phrase white privilege. Sports is the one place where nobody on the field has any privilege at all. She doesn't get extra points when she shoots because she's white. She gets the same number of points as anybody else. Sports is the great equalizer, and it just felt like to a lot of people that she was groveling for no reason because she is an amazing player who deserves all the accolades she's getting right now for doing what she's doing for women's basketball.
All right, we
Amen. Everything that Scott Jennings says there is the truth. And yes, there is only the truth, one truth, not my truth. My truth is relativism. Also, the reason the WNBA is still up and running is not because of the players. It's because the NBA covers the cost. The NBA covers the losses. This is the truth and the reality. And finally, no one is bullying Caitlin Clark. Disagreeing with something that someone says is not bullying them. So stop with the gaslighting. And also, we aren't offended by what she said. We simply are disappointed that she has been captured by what Jennings said perfectly, an ideology that ultimately hates her guts because despite being dominant and at least up until last week, an extremely marketable player, she committed the unforgivable sin of being white. I'm Zach Costello, and this is the Zach Costello Show.